Hey guys, how's it going? So, as you can probably guess, it's pretty hot in the UK right now, hence the attire. What do I want to talk about today? Basically, I want to talk a little bit about that time is not really the only thing you need to manage. You also need to manage mental resources as well, and I'll explain a little bit about that in a second. But before I start that real quick, I was just watching the Ip Man films again in Cantonese, and I forgot how good they were, so they're super, super cool. And if anyone has any recommendations that's similar to like Stephen Chow or Ip Man or anything like that they know of in Mandarin Chinese, then please let me know in the comment section below, because that's something I'm really missing that I'm trying to find at the moment in Mandarin, and doesn't seem to be as much content like that compared to Cantonese anyway. So the time is not the only thing you need to manage. So when people try to plan out their routine and what they're going to do, they say, okay, well, I need to make sure I carve out X amount of hours per day. If I carve out 1 hour per day for focused time and reading, then that should be sufficient, right? But 1 hour doesn't equal 1 hour in, I guess, two senses. The first is that, it's the same thing. The quality of the time is very important, and it depends on your level of concentration during that hour. So first of all, if you're on your phone during that hour, if you're texting your friends, if you're watching TV while texting friends on WhatsApp, for example, or having TV on that screen and playing a video game on the right screen, then you're not going to really pick up much, and it's not going to be worth an awful lot. And I'm guilty of doing this as well, especially in this day and age when we're used to having multiple things open at the same time. It can seem quite weird to just have just TV on and just kind of focus in on that. But if you can, then your gain in terms of how much you're going to get per hours is going to be a lot higher. So that's really important. And the other thing, even if you are devoting 100% or trying to devote 100% of your attention to something, the quality of your attention is going to depend on how tired you are. So this brings me to something that I'm just going to call mental resources. So I think you have a certain amount of capacity in your brain to focus on things in one day. So, and if you've sat down in your room for a long period of time not moving, or you're sat at a chair for a long period of time and not moving, then it becomes, in my experience at least, progressively harder to concentrate. This is the same reason if I'm sat at work trying to think about something, doing some process design or some calculations, and I'm sat there for 3-4 hours in the morning, by the time I get to lunchtime, my brain's a bit frazzled, and just getting outside, going for a walk, and getting some fresh air when I come back again, that can help improve my concentration for the afternoon. This kind of shows a little bit about, and this was kind of unplanned actually, but this shows a little bit about a concept that is called the focused and diffuse modes, and it's really popular in Barbara Oakley's e-course, Learning How to Learn. So I'll leave a link to in a video explaining that below. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is that, you only have a certain amount of mental resources per day. So it just goes to show, if I did my study after work at, say, 5 or 6 p.m, then probably the quality of my attention isn't going to be good as if I do it first thing in the morning when I wake up. And that's the reason for me, at least, when I'm studying, I prefer to wake up at the same time every day and study at the same time. So I normally wake up about 6:30, study first thing in the morning, and this does two things. It means my concentration is higher. I can generally concentrate better during that time, and it also means that not anyone else, not that many people are awake yet, so there's genuinely less distractions compared to in the evening. I might have my mum, my brother, my friends, my girlfriend ringing me, asking me for stuff, and just none of that happens in the morning. So in general, in my opinion at least, the quality of time for me is a lot better if I spend it in the morning. In light of that, I also think if you're trying to improve the focus of your time, this is where techniques like the Pomodoro technique came out of. So if you focus really intensely for half an hour, have a 5-minute break and just relax, then when you come back for the second half an hour, then you're going to be a lot more fresh and be able to concentrate a lot better. And what you do during those 5 minutes is important, because if you're reading a book in that half an hour, and then in those 5 minutes you go on, say, Twitter and read comments, well, because you're doing similar activity that uses the same part of your brain, you want to be using either a different part of the brain or just completely relaxed and not engaged in much. And the other thing, if you go on social media or your phone or something like that, then those 5 minutes probably won't be 5 minutes, it'll be more like half an hour. So when I'm doing my morning routine now, or at least before, typically what I like to do is split it up the hour into 3 chunks of 20 minutes. So I do 20 minutes and then I wash up my bowl from breakfast, 20 minutes, brush my teeth, and then another 20 minutes. So this just does normal routine activities that I have to do anyway in the morning, so it's not losing any time. And it just allows my brain to relax, kind of zone out for a bit, and then when I come back after, then I can be more concentrated later. So I hope this was useful. I think 1 hour doesn't equal 1 hour. It really have to take into account the quality of the time. So I hope these tips were useful, and please let me know what you guys do to help improve the quality of your focus during your study or your immersion, and if you have any other useful tips like this for me. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.